I'm unsure if this segment will air, but today I'm going to be posting, either today or tomorrow, I'm going to be posting the channel intro. So as of right now, nothing is up on this channel. There's a few reasons why. I'll probably explain that later, when I get everything sorted out. But so for you and the audience at home, actually no, I can kind of explain it a little bit. We were originally supposed to do this on a channel called GoophTube, where it was me and Jared's creation, kinda.
GoofTube?
Yes. The spelling of it I sent to you in the Discord.
Yep. GoofTube. I'm not gonna spell it out.
Yeah. I mean, if it's up by the time this goes up, I'll link it below or something. But certain things kind of slowed the progress of that down. I don't know if it's completely axed yet. To be honest, I hope not. But
why would it be axed?
So I'm like the editor. Well, first off, I'm the person who edits and records the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm also the person who draws the logo. I draw the backgrounds. I do all the things on this channel. This channel is GoofBallz. What I originally wanted GoophTube to be. Since Jared was touting GoophTube as a joint project, as in like he was actually gonna do something, I figured I'd have him make the logo. That was what day is it? 3 months ago?
I could fill in your GoophTube title if you want. You've already completed most of it, but I guess that's little I can do.
That, what you're looking at right now, is actually GoofBallz.
Oh.
Yes, I decided the podcast was originally supposed to air alongside some gameplay videos on GoophTube. I did not like how slow the progress on the logo was going, so I decided I'm gonna move the podcast over to GoofBallz. It's also what I originally wanted to call the channel anyway, so there's that.
Jonas is way better at programming. I would try to help him as much as I could, but most of the time I don't help enough with programming stuff like this.
Oh, this isn't programming.
I mean, I know, programming, editing, stuff like this. I miss sometimes I miss stuff. I'm not the best at it. But I could make a logo. I didn't know much about this project.
I mean, if you want to volunteer to make the logo for GoophTube, you're more than welcome to.
I'll try, but it's going to be in Microsoft Word.
That being I don't know about that. That being said, you should know that apparently Francisco was supposed to be making one because Jared just will not make one. It's been 3 months since I asked him.
Did he respond?
He's responded, and he keeps responding that he's not going to make it. He needs to become Leonardo da Vinci, in his words, in order to make this logo. I don't know if you see this. This is not. This is not Leonardo.
This is definitely not Leonardo.
It was the reason I asked him to make the logo is because until I told him he's gonna have to edit the gameplay videos, that's the only thing he did. The only thing he was doing was the logo, nothing else. I was the editor, I was the recorder, I had the equipment, I had the games, except for like Harvester, but
I have a YouTube channel, but it's not very professional, honestly.
And that's totally fine. But especially, that's another thing that gets me. Jared wants to be professional, but at the same time knows we aren't.
He has to put his work into it.
There's a lot of things with Jared. Just kind of.
And when the volume's going down a little.
Because we're talking quieter.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's fine.
I was getting worried, like, is something going wrong?
No, we're just talking quieter.
I feel like I'm too lazy right now, but I'm worried I might be too lazy. But if you can get me into kick my butt a bunch of times, I will do it. Just make
I just gotta come over to your house and then just like
just spam text me just spam text me or tell me to do it right now, and I will try to start working on it like right away, unless I'm like busy with family stuff or I'm addicted to a video, like the current trend. But I will try my best to support. I'm not the most perfect person, but no one's perfect. I kind of want to just fill in his GoofBallz things just so he didn't have to do all this alone. Although it wouldn't be much, just to get rid of some of his work here.
I'll be honest. As far as GoofBallz, because they're going to be separate now, just having you on is enough. So far, you're like... I don't know how James is. I can't rate James because we only talked about one thing. But... if we're not gonna try and factor in James, I think you're the best podcaster I've had on here so far.
Really?
Yes.
That's
actually, yeah. I'm not gonna factor in James because we only talked about one thing. So just you showing up to this podcast is enough for me. The podcast is super easy to edit. All I have to do is like draw something for a background. I already got the logo. And then I have to maybe like do some equalizing, some compression. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Gaming is another story.
I've seen gaming videos. They're like the hardest.
I think I'd be a little bit sad if GoophTube didn't continue, because let me tell you a bit of a story real quick.
Yeah.
Me and Jared are in a car. We're, goofing off. We're telling jokes. Yeah, we're goofing like GoofBallz do. We're telling jokes, joking, all that fun stuff, and then out of the blue, I just utter, maybe we should like podcast this, and he agrees.
So you just start podcasting?
Well, a few weeks pass, and I actually get a microphone because I need it for school. And I'm like, I show him the picture, like, hey, you serious about this? You want a podcast? And he's like, sure, let's do it. Okay. I think like a week passed before we actually got to the first thing. But in that week, he also had suggestions for like, oh, okay, we should make this channel. I'm like, I want to call it GoofBallz. Well, I also want to have gaming on it, so we're going to call it GoophTube. It's like, okay. Podcast comes around that you were there for that day, actually, and then we kicked you out.
Yep. Because I don't know why.
Well, I wanted it to be just us first, because I wanted to see if we were even up to it. And I mean, for our first podcast, I think we did all right. It was pretty fun. Like, this is fun. Okay, and then eventually come to do a second podcast. Jared just wants to play games. I don't want to play games on the podcast. Well, actually, no. He wanted to play games while we were podcasting. Not like play games on the podcast, but like him play a game while I'm trying to talk to him. And that doesn't exactly work if we're not showing the gameplay.
Maybe... I know you can do that somehow, but I don't know how.
Not with Jared. He doesn't have that kind of multitasking capabilities.
No, I think it just records while you're doing.
No, like, he wanted to play a game and just be like a normal podcast. The podcast, we're not like recording our faces or anything. We're not recording gameplay. It's just audio. There's a few reasons for that I'll get into later. But it's an audio-only podcast. He's over there clicking buttons and playing a game while I'm trying to talk to him. I wasn't a fan of that. He's currently soft-banned from the podcast. He explained, like, I'm just focused on gaming at the moment. Okay, fine. We'll try some games. I think the games are going pretty well. It was at that time I realized, like, this gaming thing isn't too bad. I can think of a lot of things I want to play with different people.
I remember Smash Bros. You can Wii U. You could record videos and post it. That was my first YouTube experience, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got 30 views on my first one. Then everything went downhill. And I got until I got 0 views because Super Smash for U's died faster than, and I was not professional, so it died faster than bacteria from medication. That was a terrible analogy.
All right. Anyway, eventually I started playing games like other people. Like I started Chrono Trigger with Alec, and I started Blaze Blue with Cody, and I realized, okay, this is also kind of fun, and I can think of a lot of games I would like to play with other people. That's the main reason I don't want it to die, because there's, I can think of so many things that would be fun. There's like a few I had for you actually, but I can't remember them at the moment.
We could try to play Pokemon multiplayer, because that's a thing now. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but I don't know but it's so easy that I only am playing it because, well, I never played the original Red and Blue. I do find some enjoyment out of it. I am pretty sure I do. But I don't know. Actually it's not easy for me because I'm trying to keep the levels, and then I go to the next area and then there's a spike, and then I almost die to Blue with 6 Pokemon versus 2 because I apparently suck at Pokemon.
The problem with recording anything on like the Switch or PS4 or Xbox is that we would probably need a capture card, and those are kind of expensive.
I think I might have one.
Capture card?
Yeah, I got one when I was thinking about like hacking my DS games, but I decided not to do that later on because
if you do have one, that would be a godsend.
I think I do, but I might have used one part of it to increase the data on my Switch. So let me see if I do have it though.
All right. Because
my data was running low on the Switch, I used half of it, and might be too old though.
That may not be a capture card you're thinking of.
Or it was like, I think it is, but whatever. Anyway, what else I've got is I found a new online streaming site. It has 3 stars, so I'm not sure how well. It's called Web Recorder. Never have just started using it. I'm gonna check its ads first though before I do it, because I wasn't really thinking when I downloaded it. I was thinking like, I need to upload more videos. And then I just found this like, oh, this seems nice. Click. And didn't really think anything of it. And then didn't do anything with it.
Back to the GoophTube Inception story though.
Yep.
During this entire time we were talking about like the logistics of the channel. We eventually wanted to get like ad revenue and stuff. We were talking about like, there was the point where we decided, okay, we're going to split this 50-50. All right, but if we're going to split this 50-50, you need to do some 50-50 work. And that hasn't happened at all.
I'm sorry.
At the moment, I'm having Jared edit the gaming footage. So if he wants gaming footage, he's going to have to edit it. And I think that'll be fine.
Web footage would be a little hard, so maybe that will work.
Another problem I'm facing. I don't know if you've met Jared lately.
Yeah, I have. I haven't met Jared like last week, but I have been meeting him recently. I've been doing his D&D campaign.
All right. I don't know if you know Jared.
He seems okay, but web recorder.
Jared's logic is all over the place. There's certain games that I don't want to play, and there's certain games that he doesn't want to play. My main thing is I don't want to play any horror games. That's like the only thing I just do not want to play.
Jared got annoyed at me because I'm okay with Jared because he does follow when I say things like that. I don't want to watch this, so we just started watching 9 then. Okay, go back.
Let's see. Oh, okay, and then off of my horror, Jared doesn't want to play fighting games, but he also doesn't want to play. There's a lot of things he just doesn't want to play, and his reasoning for them is a bit whack. I'll give him credit. Like, when he explained why he doesn't want to play fighting games, I got it. Everything he said was sound. Okay, I can't do quarter circle forwards. I don't like having to press all these buttons in rapid succession. Okay, I get that. That actually is a legit problem with a lot of people who want to play fighting games. Not only that, I can understand why you would not play fighting games for those reasons. He doesn't want to play Mario games specifically, because of one-block platforms and bottomless pits. Okay, that sounds more like a platformer problem, and I don't think there's too many of those in Mario, but okay.
Mario does have bottomless pits, but they're...
It may have bottomless pits, but I don't think there's any one-block platforms that he has to jump on.
Unless he's talking about like the P-switch and turning it into coins with bricks.
That's... If there's a one-block platform because of that, that's your fault. Because you ate the coin. Anyway, I realized, okay, that's probably a platformer problem. Alright, so that's a huge genre. But okay, I guess that's not too big a deal. Well, I want to play Castlevania. Hold up. Wait, hold the phone.
Castlevania?
Castlevania, and I asked him, I made sure I clarified, you mean like the NES Castlevania? Yes. Okay, there's a huge problem with that.
Castlevania is like infinitely harder.
That's the embodiment of what he just said he doesn't want to play Mario for. The one-block platforms, the bottomless pits, the death spikes, all of that is that tenfold in Castlevania.
The original?
Yes, actually.
The original?
Yeah, the first three, actually. Well, no, not number 2. The first 1 and 3.
2 is basically weird.
2 is like a Metroidvania RPG.
It's basically Legend of Zelda. It's basically Legend of Zelda 2. No,
nah.
It's not. No, like in gaming formula.
I don't think so.
Legend of Zelda 2 was basically a...
I know what it is. I don't think so. It's more of an RPG.
I know
actually it's more of an RPG than Zelda is.
No, I'm not talking about like gameplay. I'm talking about where like it sits on the...
Oh, like the black sheep of the...
Yes.
Okay, I see. What was the other one? There was one other whack-ass thing. It's probably the reasons for why he would play Castlevania but not Mario is clouding my judgment a bit. The reason he'll play Castlevania is because of the story that he's never experienced. But I guess the aesthetics of it.
Castlevania? First off, the original Castlevania.
Yeah.
You're going to die. There is no dying. You're going to die.
It's not that bad, but...
No, are you talking about the original Castlevania? The first one?
Yes. I have it, actually, if you want to play it.
It is based... Some people will compare it to Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden isn't that bad either, to be honest. I mean, they're both hard, but maybe it's just because I've played it a lot. I love that game, actually.
You probably played it a lot. There's also a Wii remake of it, like a new one. A Ninja Gaiden Wii.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Castlevania.
No, there's no Castlevania. That's the 3D one sucked.
Ninja Gaiden's also kind of hard. I've played a little bit of it. I'm more talking about like Castlevania. I love that game.
What do you think of adding Castlevania being added to Nintendo's Super Smash Bros?
I love it, actually.
Is he gonna be your main?
I don't know.
He has the longest range in the game, but all his attacks are very simple.
Simple and effective. That's what they are.
They just kept it simple because they didn't want to give him a whole bunch of moves what didn't exist.
I mean, I think their toolkit is perfect. It's the first Castlevania game with like a little bit of flair.
Well, what Richter? What is he from?
He's from... I forgot the name of that game. I think it's like Dracula X or something. It's one of the obscure ones.
No, I don't think it's one of the obscure ones because it's Richter. If it's in Smash,
you'd be surprised, actually.
From what I had to watch I saw the lore of Castlevania, and from what I see, Dracula was sealed, basically in a tomb from like his son. Then his son came back in Castlevania Symphony of the Dark.
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night. And he lost all his powers, basically Metroid style. Like every game, Samus doesn't have any of her powers she got from the last game. So basically, in the end, he had to fight his way through. I didn't actually watch anything of it. I haven't played a Castlevania game.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the other things that Jared would not play for the bullshittest reasons.
Yeah. Well,
that being said, I think I would like to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night with one of you guys.
I heard the voice acting was a little off.
Especially with those older games, it's gonna be.
Voice acting in older games were terrible.
Have you seen Mega Man 8?
Yes.
Dr. Wowie.
Mega Man 8. The worst voice acting ever.
Oh, that's another game where I'd have to play. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I could take the cringe.
It's actually... Now that I think about it, that's probably another game he... Actually, no. He said he wanted to play Mega Man, but based on the reasons he gave for not playing Mario, I don't believe him.
If you played Mega Man, he would die. I got the new Mega Man 11 game. I still haven't beat it because I suck so bad at platforming. I'm terrible. My brother beat it, and he's better at platforming than me. I've just been getting lazy, I guess.
Let me think.
I feel like I don't have a passion right now.
I can't remember, but at the moment, rather than try and figure out what Jared would play as opposed to... Oh, hold on.
Minecraft.
Hold on, I forgot something huge. He doesn't want to play a game where a kid is the main character unless they're silent like in Pokemon. Because, hold on, because kids are worse at acting to him, and he doesn't want to hear them.
I bet if I put an adult kid voice actor and a regular kid and a kid who voices an adult, he wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Probably not, but that being said, that based on that, I should be able to rule out Zelda, which is something he wants to play.
Zelda just has only voice acting has ever existed is the newest game.
I mean, that's still voice acting. It's just it's incoherent.
I guess that counts. And the newest voice acting is from only Zelda. Link never talks, and they reference this one in the game, like something happened to Link that he doesn't smile anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely smiled. I played Breath of the Wild. I'm currently playing it actually.
Yeah,
he definitely smiled a few times.
Yeah, in the diaries.
Yeah, smiled before. Yeah.
When he eats, he smiles.
Even in like flashbacks. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. So rather than try and figure out what Jared wants to play, I'm just gonna go by. I'm actually gonna take everything he said and go by the rule of negative. So, okay, you don't want to play Mario because this, and this. Okay, if this, and this applies to any other game you said you want to play, we're not going to play it because you already said you don't want to play a game with this, and this. So, I can safely rule out every platformer game ever. Oh, he wants to play Mortal Kombat, but he doesn't want to play fighting games, so I can rule that out too. Let's see. About half of the RPGs we can think of have like child main characters, so we're gonna rule that out too.
Try Zelda at this point.
No, well, it has half the Zelda games have child. The main character is a child, and it is voice acting, so we're gonna rule those out too.
Let's do Twilight Princess.
Let me see.
Twilight Princess, the darkest.
He doesn't want to play any RPGs where like the story is like too overbearing. That's actually kind of understandable, but that's a lot of good RPGs. So let's see. Final Fantasy's out.
Tales of Anything is out.
Yep, that's out. That's out. Let's keep going.
Chrono Trigger.
By the time we're done, like the only game we're gonna play is Pokemon.
Or Minecraft. Wait. Next Pokemon game had Little Alien Invasion.
Oh, Minecraft kind of hurts my eyes, so we're gonna rule that out too.
Okay. Next, latest Pokemon game, literally alien invasion and Team Rocket from an alternate dimension from every villain in the game has invaded this Earth from the multiverse. That's literally the post game.
Oh.
You literally have to face every single legendary Pokemon and every single mascot.
Let me think. Oh, we didn't like Gunstar Hero, so we're gonna roll out side-scrolling shooters.
We can try. Oh, you can try the West of Loathing.
He actually wants to play that. I don't know what genre that is, but if it matches any of the other shit he said he doesn't want to play, we're gonna rule that out too.
I've only played a little of it because I stopped it and I stopped. It was funny, but
what else? What else could we rule out? Limit Jared's options.
We could rule out Mega Man.
Yeah, I already did. Unless I didn't say it, in which case, yeah, I ruled that out too. Let me see.
Mario Kart?
Anything on pretty much anything on Nintendo is ruled out.
No, well, Earthbound, but that's.
I guess that's not technically ruled out. I need to find a way to rule that out.
Star Fox?
Let me think.
The new Star Fox game?
He actually does play FPS games. That's kind of an FPS game, so I'm not sure if I can rule that out. I guess that's the one thing we can play.
Let me think of other Nintendo franchises I can ruin your plans with. Alright. Kid Icarus Uprising.
Oh, that's also more of a. That's definitely more of a. It's like a rail shooter, to be honest, but.
It has platform technically, but you just hop in a direction.
Yeah. And you can kind of fly, somewhat.
You can only fly for 5 minutes. It was from the original game all the way up to every game in the series. He can't fly because his wings are broken.
They're actually broken?
They don't work for some reason. He's a disabled angel. And only because of a literal god is giving him the power of flight, and it can only last for 5 minutes before his wings burn up and die.
Well, that being said, we can rule out the original Kid Icarus.
Oh yeah, you would die a lot. Kid Icarus was.
I actually like that game.
Oh, you played it?
Yes.
I have not played the original Kid Icarus because it apparently it's easier the farther you go up. That's what they say.
I almost beat it one time.
You haven't beat it yet?
Well, I think the only reason I didn't beat it is because I just kind of stopped.
You could try. Want to try rule up Bravely Default.
Oh, okay. All right.
Its story is overbearing. Plus, you should probably not play the original because spamming X on so many crystals.
Let me think. Hold on. I'm definitely missing some big ones here. I'm trying to think.
Kingdom Hearts.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we can rule that out too. Let's see. Ooh, what else?
I wrote out the Tales series.
Actually, he did say he wanted to play Paper Mario, but he doesn't want to play Mario games, so we're gonna rule that out too.
Paper Mario is actually a good story until the newest ones.
It is.
Until
and it's so sad that we're not gonna play it.
I'll play Paper Mario for you. I've only played a little of the originals, and I couldn't beat a certain part because I could only rent them. Well, the only one I have is on a Wii version. I never beat it because it's like Paper Mario and I can't remember. It had something called Tippy in it.
Let me think. You know, we'll think about this later. We should move on to something else.
Okay, it's time to stop bashing Jared.
Yes.
Okay, I feel bad for talking to him with that.
I don't.
Wow.
At all. I mean, actually, hold on. You should probably listen to episode 0. Because that's all we did for an hour?
Episode 0, do you have it?
It's not up. It might be up by the time this is. But it is, if you want to listen to it, I do have it on this computer.
I'm going to listen to it on YouTube, your channel. You just send me your channel when you're ready. Because I want to listen to it. I don't want to have a laughing. I don't want to laugh at Jared.
I do want to preface it. Before you do watch it, you should know that just because we bash on you guys doesn't mean you're not our friends. We bash on you because you're our friends.
I feel bad now.
And it's nothing I wouldn't say directly to you.
Okay, I feel a little better.
Okay. In fact, I'm pretty sure you know about half of them, the things we said. About
Is it because I don't watch inappropriate stuff?
That's like part of it.
Is it because I don't watch much anime and I don't like watching blood?
That's not part of it. We could care less. We couldn't care less if you didn't watch anime. Every one of my friends has their own brand of bullshit.
I'm not bullshit. That's my religion.
You know what? I'm not gonna make that joke. Not right now.
What joke?
Never mind. Maybe when you're older.
I am 19. I am literally 19.
I know, me too. But
I'm tempted to grab the swords. I'd probably drop them because I wouldn't be able to lift them.
I'm pretty sure one of them is dull. Actually,
don't want to touch them anyway. Anyway, so back to our topic on hand: games.
You just grab anything, don't you?
What?
Those are loud, by the way.
Okay.
So you might want to put them down.
The games, I would like to play some games with you. If it can do multiplayer games, yeah, that'd be nice.
So, what we usually do, it's a bit like, at the moment we've only done like single player games. Have you seen like Game Grumps or something?
I've seen a little Game Grumps. I've seen Chugga Conroy. I've seen many. Yeah.
Okay, so what we were doing for games is a bit like that, a let's play, if you will. We're like
how to pass certain areas in the game.
No, that's a walkthrough. So it's a bit like a comedy show with like game focused on the game. Like we're telling jokes. We're sometimes we'll comment on the game.
This game, Tales game. Always talking about something political, even though we look like an action anime.
They can be political.
Yeah, but Tales people don't think of it. They think it's like kidsy things.
Oh.
That's why the Tales series is not very big. Okay.
I think the games I had in mind for you were like either RPGs or simulation games, like Harvest Moon or something like that.
Harvest Moon, meh.
No, not a fan of Harvest Moon.
I've never played it, and I never got really interested in it.
Well, it's about time you did.
I just heard about like farming over and over again. I don't see very much a point. There's like a main goal to go for. Actually,
to be honest, it's actually pretty fun. Even though it's just farming, it's surprisingly fun. It's one of those games where you can't explain why it's fun.
Okay.
I like Animal Crossing as well. A game where you're literally just being a normal person, well, semi-normal person in a semi-normal place, doing normal things.
I played Animal Crossing, but eventually got bored. And then I go back for a while, and I see cockroaches in my house. Like, everyone, like, some kids or people are like, "Who are you? Oh, you're the mayor. Haven't seen you in a while." And some villagers left. And there's weeds everywhere.
Don't take care of your place.
I did. I had like a whole bunch of people, but I just stopped playing after a while because I had other games to play. Like the Tales series, my first experience of it. Because I didn't have the right consoles for any Tales series except for Tales of the Abyss, because that was like the only Nintendo 3DS Tales series game ever released. Can you pause? I have to use the bathroom.
We can actually probably end it.
Okay.
I think the audio might be getting corrupted anyway.
Okay. This has been a great time talking to you guys. Thank you for having me on the show. Fake Namerspace.
Fake Namerson, or Jonas. I've already been outed.
Okay. Fake name Jonas.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next time.